and they're relatively interesting. Let's talk about them. Let's see what different brands are doing, obviously, including Tesla. And the reason I'm showing the Model 3 footage is obviously for a reason. Let's talk about it all coming up next.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world. E4 Electric.
Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, welcome. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, so let's talk about the numbers that are coming out of Inside EVs. And by the way, awesome publication. You're going to see an interview with Tom, one of the reporters, later in the week. As I was hanging out with him at the LA Auto Show. But meanwhile, they're pretty much the only publication that try to put together the numbers. I mean, these are estimates because, these companies, especially Tesla and others, don't really report their numbers every month for us. This is for US sales only, just let's keep that in mind, which is pretty good context because essentially, Model 3 is really just being sold in the United States for now in Canada. And we review these numbers, and this month is no different. Some interesting stuff. So let me put it up full screen. As you can see, Model 3 is actually still kicking butt, but as you can see, their ramp up kind of slowed down even a little bit because at September they've done over 22,000. Now in October 17, maybe 18, and now maybe 1,000 more than that. Now, I know these numbers are being reported a little bit, differently because Tesla is trying to, I think, get deliveries faster at the end of the month, and therefore I believe they're just delivering on the West Coast, and then the beginning of the, following months they're doing an East Coast. So there's kind of have a strategy there. So this does not mean the production goes up and down. This is just when the deliveries happen, the sales happen, registrations happen. But overall, you can see that they're not exactly ramping up the sales. The production had just reached 7,000 a week, which is great. But the sales are not really reflecting that just yet, but they're obviously on this undisputed king for now. Now, this is, by the way, the reason the Prius Prime is still listed in the second position is because this is in the order of overall sales per year. But as you can see, the second one is actually the Chevy Volt. If you look at it, it's in the number 5th place, but they sold almost 4,000 Volts. Now, unfortunately, and this is me with my Volt, I'm a new owner. Unfortunately, this car is being discontinued, and that sucks because I would say, again, I've never met a Chevy Volt owner who wouldn't be in love with his car. I am in love with mine, despite the fact that it's parked right next to my daily car, which is a Tesla Model S. And I always thought that the Bolt should have always been just an fully electrified version of the Volt because I love the way it looks. I love the tech. I love a lot of other things that are happening with that car. So it's a shame, but nevertheless, almost 4,000 in sales. Now let's go back. As you can see, Volt actually did all right as well, a little over 3,000. So that's pretty good. Look at Model S, Model X. They're back to their normal numbers. So that's also good news. And unfortunately, Nissan Leaf just a bit over 1,100, and I don't know what's going on with that. Let me tell you a few thoughts about Nissan Leaf just in a second. Before that, of course, I want to remind you that this show and this channel is sponsored by Avanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. And there's a discount code in the description of this video. Go ahead and grab it. Save yourselves a few bucks. Start your holiday shopping early if you haven't already. I know a lot of people already have. So anyway, so let's go back to the Nissan Leaf. They are moving forward with their extended range version. It's going to be, looks like it might be available at CES. There's rumors they were supposed to do it at the LA Auto Show. They didn't do it just because they didn't want the whole their CEO arrest kind of overshadow that, but they are moving forward with the plans to do that. Obviously, LG CAM battery is a huge upgrade. I thought it was an active thermal management system that they're going to put in. I guess it's going to be passive thermal management system. God, I hope they revise that before they actually go in production with that, or maybe it's too late. I really just hope it's active. But I don't know what's going on with them. They're selling so well in Europe. They're selling so well in Japan. But I don't know what is happening here. this can't possibly be a supply issue, can it? Because I believe some of them are made right here in the United States. But it can't either. I can't imagine this being a demand issue because this is a great car. Now, granted, 2019 model is going to be much better than 2018, but even 2018 is a huge upgrade in terms of range and looks and a couple of other things. So I gotta tell you, I'm really surprised by this sales. There's something wrong on one of those sides, and essentially this falls back on Nissan by either not providing enough or not advertising or promoting them in the showrooms enough. Now, I did my own test when I went to Nissan, a dealership and started asking about the Leaf, and everybody was very excited to tell me about it. And the Leaf was in the middle of their showroom, so that looked fine to me. I see billboards and advertisement. So yeah, I don't know now, but overall, I have to say, looking at these numbers, it is just not. Yes, Model 3 has been the king of electric car sales in the last few months, and it will probably continue to be that way. But man, when if I'm an executive at a legacy automaker and I'm looking at these numbers, these are not good numbers. They're not growing enough for me if I was to make decisions whether or not I need to invest $10 billion in electrifying my fleet. I mean, let's just be honest. If Nissan Leaf is selling at 1,100 units in the United States per month, and a Bolt is selling at 3, and these are actually good numbers for Bolt, I'm not as excited. Now, yes, I'll be looking at the Model 3, and that is definitely exciting, but can they make a Model 3? They probably understand that they cannot, at least not anytime soon. So I wonder if these numbers are part of the discouragement that we see from legacy automakers and hesitation to bring some of their new and pretty decent electric cars like Kona and Niro EVs to market, at least outside of ZEV states. Now, earlier today, I posted a video with Steve from Kia, who we talked about the ZEV states and why Kia is not actually moving forward with the full production and full availability. You can see it on my channel, a library. It's the video posted right before this one. So definitely let me know what your thoughts are on that is. So that's pretty much it as far as the numbers for this month. Again, excited about Model 3, but that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens next month, the last month of the year. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.